Ugh. Put up my photo sheet here. Yeah. One clip. And down. Oh, Jacob, you're here. Hold on a second, man. Stand by. I actually forgot I was not set up quite yet. I'm surprised there's anybody in here. I didn't advertise going live. Didn't do anything. I was just like, you know what? Why the hell not? Alright, let's see. What hat should I wear? We'll go with the gold standard ball cap here. Get rid of my dish. Almost ready. And grab my coffee. Okay. I'll let you see me now. There we go. Get one more light on my face. My ugly face. All right. I am alive and well. Oh, there's Mimo. What's up, man? Yeah, I just totally random decided to go live. I had a little bit of time to kill. And I actually just got back into the house from taking the motorcycle for a little pleasure cruise to get the engine running on it. And to be honest, I just missed it. It had been probably about 7 or 8 days. The Christmas Capara is right here. It's as red as ever. Love how red that came out, and yet you still see the grain patterns or the fabric patterns of the linen there. But yeah, it's a very thin, lightweight blade. I had never handled one before, just stared at dozens and dozens of photos. So oh, I haven't done the backspacer yet. I have not colored it, so it's just the same red that the side scales are. I don't actually have black RIT dye. I have that smoke, that dark graphite gray, which I think by letting it soak in it long enough, it will get about really close to a black. Again, with just the whole idea of making that contrast, that color contrast, and just giving it a little bit of a pop, right? But yeah, if you don't have any other linen micarta scales, it has a slightly different texture. My favorite micarta is burlap micarta. That has a lot of texture to it. Plus, you get the rustic square pattern look of the burlap. but the Kaiser PPY is a linen micarta, the original version of the PPY that Kaiser makes. And that was actually my first knife that had linen micarta, and I was like, wow, that's a slightly different micarta texture, and I really really liked it. So you were at the in-laws, and you're gonna settle in and watch Christmas Vacation. That's a classic. I like that one. That's a good one. Um, and then the you'll shoot your eye out, kid. That's another good classic. Um, yeah, Little Urban is on my bed right now. He's been sleeping for like the past 45 minutes. He's been out snoozing. It's cold. Oh, hey Mike Reese, what's up, man? Yeah. So again, I got that important phone call to talk to my kids, my two older kids that spent Christmas with the ex-wife this year, and so I get to talk to them at I do a video call with them at 7:15. Um, so I'll get to find out how their last couple days were. I last got to talk to them on Wednesday, and yeah, they're up in North Carolina while I'm down here in South Georgia. So they're a little colder, but yeah, it was freezing on the motorcycle. I got like 4 layers on. I got t-shirt, then I got a nice Columbia sweatshirt, and then I've got my puff down jacket, and then I've got my outer heavy heavy wind blocking jacket on. Oh, and I always have, except for when I take it off. Hold up. My merino wool skull cap. So yeah, this guy. Oh. As thin as this sucker is, I mean, and it's thin, is not very thick at all. Y'all see that? It's not very thick, but as thin as it is, it's merino wool, which just is insanely warm. It's unbelievable how warm this stuff keeps you, and it's not itchy like regular wool is. Regular wool, standard wool, is really itchy, where the merino wool is much more softer. If you don't know, the difference between regular wool and merino wool is merino wool. When they take it off of the sheep, merino wool is the innermost layer of fuzz on the animal. It's the bit that's closest to the skin that lasts like quarter of an inch of fur on the animal, and that's the softest stuff, and it's also happens to be the warmest stuff. So that that's what they use to make the merino wool. So that's why it's more expensive. I've got long johns on is the same thing. It's like 60% merino wool, and they definitely keeps you warm without having the itch or the bulk of your standard wool. So if you didn't know that, now you do. You're welcome. Full face helmet. I have a full face helmet, but I also have the one that's like a 3/4 that just gives me that nice total vision. I like wearing. I absolutely will not go on the highway without the full face helmet. For the sake of if for some insane reason I get in an accident, God forbid, knock on wood. And that's a wood desk, so I'm good there. But yeah, to not have my jaw dislocated from not having a full face helmet on. But when I'm just zipping around town, and if I'm riding at night, going on the bike at night. I am willing to compromise the little extra protection from a full face in order to get that full um, maximized amount of vision of good peripheral vision of the 3/4 helmets that have just the drop down clear windshield, because it's just you can see so much better with those type of helmets. So that's my preference. I'm willing to make that small compromise in safety of an accident and not having the extra jaw protection of a full face, for the sake that I can see so much better and hopefully avoid accidents a lot more by having that extra amount of vision. So in my head, that makes sense. I might just be crazy, but oh, coffee. Oh, check this out. Let me grab this again. So here we go. This darn computer chair. It's a gaming chair. I have the worst luck with desk chairs. But this gaming chair, I haven't had it for 6 months even, and it just like over time when you sit on it, it wants to just on its own go down and go down and go down. So if you see me shrinking, that's why. But my dad hooked me up with this stuff. It is chocolate peanut butter, Copper Still brand. If anybody's had this, but yeah, it's pretty tasty. I've already sampled it a little bit. So that, but then check out also what my dad hooked me up with. I don't know if anybody's ever used any of these things, but they look kind of interesting. Vlogger Studio Kit gives me the ability to use my phone for videos and whatnot, and it gives several of the light deals and volume adjust. It's got a whole crap ton of features that I'll probably never use half of them, but I give it a try. See if I can produce something decent out of it, right? Yeah. So that was my dad. And then they also gave me and the wife, and they got my wife a whole bunch of things. I'm pretty simple, booze and money, but and knives, of course. But yeah, they gave us like some cash. I'm not going to tell you how much. That's not important. But my family, once I pick up the kids, I actually go tomorrow. Got to drive. 3 hours and 15 minutes to get to the halfway point to get my kids back from the ex-wife, and so I got to do that tomorrow after I work for 6 hours. So it's going to be one heck of a long day for me doing that. But yeah, so after I get the kids back, and then the wife gets her kids. Mimo, are you asking me if I use folders for food prep? Answer for me is heck yes, I do. I use I will actually use this guy right here to cut some cake at work. Yeah. Food prep, camping, just day to day, whatever. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought this blade shape would be great for taking care of a little bit of light food prep on the spot. If I need a good blade shape for that, definitely, for sure. Definitely a good blade shape for food prep. So, but yeah, my wife will get her kids for the second half of the holiday winter break here, and we will be going making a trip up to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We rented a cabin for 3 nights, and we're gonna do some sightseeing there, and just spend 3 nights, 4 days up in the mountains and enjoy Tennessee for a little bit, and just get away from home. I mean, if anything, it's just to get away from home. You get, wintertime, you get cooped up, you do all the holiday stuff at home with the family, go visit nearby family, and you kind of get cooped up. It's kind of nice to get away. So we're definitely getting away. So, and of course that costs money. You do it as budget friendly as we can. Pack some lunches. Don't blow our money on fancy restaurants, especially when we've got 5 freaking kids to feed. Seems like more, but it's only 5. Yeah, plus the 2 of us. And the dog. I gotta take the dog with me. Zorro's got to go with me. We'll leave the cat here with the self-feeding cat food container and water container. So the cat will be fine. Dog I gotta take with me. He helps keep my sanity too. He is a service dog. Helps. He's been trained to fetch people if my anxiety gets too bad and I collapse from a really bad anxiety attack. I've not had very many in my life, but I have had a few. And so about 10, 12 years ago, about 10 years ago, it was Zorro is half lab, half boxer. So the boxer in him keeps him on the smaller side, so he's only about 60 pounds, 58 to 60 pounds, and the lab in him, labs are great because he's so short-haired. He's very hypoallergenic, so nobody has to really deal with getting allergies from him. I mean, not that all short-haired dogs are hypoallergenic, but that mixture, he's actually been tested. He is at the very bottom of the risk factor for pet allergies. So, yeah, great. The cat, on the other hand, the pain in the ass cat that we got that the wife brought home that I didn't want, because I tried to tell her I'm allergic to the darn thing. So now I gotta take allergy meds twice a day, every day, to deal with, not having sneezing fits and itchy eyes from the darn cat. Zorro's 8 years old. He's 8 years old. He's actually was born right around Christmas. We don't know exactly what day. But yeah, he's a Christmas birthday. So he just turned 8 pretty much. He's a good dog. He's a very good dog. I got very lucky with him. One of the downsides is that even with being half lab, he doesn't really like the water. he doesn't like the water. Yeah, hey Bama Ninja. Yeah, I didn't realize I was live either. I tried to set it up to start at 6:35, and I'm totally unfamiliar with how the lives work, especially through YouTube, and I haven't even gotten to exploring. What's the other one? What's the one that everybody uses for live streaming? Help me out. Don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, what else is? Oh, so like I said, I was taking the bike for a ride. Had missed not riding the bike since it's been pretty darn cold. Had to get all bundled up to go ride the bike for about 30 minutes. And and took it to downtown, down to the waterfront area right as the sun was setting. So it was pretty. It's StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard. I need to really spend like a couple hours completely figuring out StreamYard so I can use that next time. And that way I can have some guests on and, you know, help smooth over the awkward silence moments, right? And help me keep flowing in not so random directions, right? It's hard to do that. It's hard to transition from one thing to the next smoothly when you're by yourself, right? So yeah, when on the way down to downtown Brunswick, there's a military memorial, and I could not help but reflect from my time in service and the people that I lost, the funerals that I've been to around Christmas time, and I didn't stop or anything, but I did, you know, mentally pay my respects, uh, and said a quick prayer as I drove by. So yeah, if anybody wants to share reflective silence over anybody that they've lost in the service, or if you currently have a friend or family member that's overseas right now during the holidays, it's really tough. My deployment, I was not overseas during Christmas. I was overseas during Easter. I was mid March and didn't get back till, well, I was supposed to be there till like the beginning of December, but stuff happened and a handful of us got sent back early. So I wasn't there for maybe 3.5 months. But, anyways, so I hope everybody has had a wonderful Christmas, safely seen family and spoken to friends. If you couldn't travel, hope you made those phone calls and talked to that aunt that or grandmother that won't shut the hell up and just keeps yapping and yapping and yapping for hours and hours. Uh, you gotta. I mean, you love your family; they're your family. You can't trade them for another one necessarily, but yeah, there's always a couple individuals that you don't want to talk to, or you just wish that they wouldn't talk so darn much, right? So yeah, it's good to reach out to family, not just on holidays, and I know a lot of us are probably terrible about that. Um, yeah, so it's tough, and we're all guilty of it, aren't we? But yeah, who's ready to take down the tree and all the inside decorations and the outside decorations? Who takes all that crap down before New Year's? Or are you a procrastinator like me and that stuff stays up till halfway through January or even into February? There's actually, I've had a couple of years where the red lights on the roof, along the roof, I took down everything else but the red lights and just left the red lights up there for all the way through Valentine's Day and the weekend after I finally got to taking them down. But you keep your tree up all year, really? Yeah. I don't think we could pull that one off. We usually have to move a few small pieces of furniture around in order to put the tree up during this time of the year. So, yeah, leaving things up year round. I know a lot of people who do. In fact, there's driving back and forth to work and around town or whatever. There's a handful of houses here and there that leave certain lights up all year round. Um, so, but yeah, that's I guess that's the thing. Yeah. Well, alrighty. Well, I got another 10, 15 minutes. We can shoot the breeze. Uh, what else? If you saw my holiday wishes video where I put on the Russian hat and tried my best with the Russian accent. Thanks for watching that. I was a little embarrassed by it, but it was all good. There was not actually vodka in that glass. In this glass right here, which has the Russian flag because I did get it from Russia on a visit to Russia. So not joking about that. I've been there. Very interesting country. People are pretty wonderful for the most part. Government does suck, and people aren't thrilled about it either. But it is a very, very pretty country, and it's a shame what's going on over there and in Ukraine. So prayers and best wishes for all of them. Who got you got baton threes? So yeah, I had for this glass I had water in it. So you saw me throw back some water. That's why it looked like I wasn't phased by it. Although I am good with vodka. I don't have any issues throwing back vodka. But oh, Mimo, you're getting a Kapara too? Awesome, man. Yeah. I've hoping to get rid of the wire clip and get a Lynch Northwest clip. As soon as White Mountain Knives gets the stone washed clip in stock, I will be making that purchase. I have 2 of the stone washed Lynch clips that are wire clip replacements on other knives. And then I have like 2 or 3 of their standard Spyderco and Benchmade replacement ones on those various knives as well. Lynch Northwest does do a pretty good job with their replacement clips. I like theirs, and they're not too terrible to get. But yeah. I am really, really happy to get this knife, especially at the price that it was. It was like 166 or 168. It was well under the $200 that they normally are. And yeah, for Black Friday from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So yeah, just the ergos and choking up on it. I mean, just handle for days, right? 3.5-inch blade. I personally could do without the massive lanyard hole in the back end there. I will say that, and it's partially because of the wire clip, but I kind of wish that they rounded this out instead of squaring it and angling it off like they did. You feel it when you go to Spidey flig it, underhand flig it, because you kind of have to. I at least have to kind of reach back towards the back end of it, and when I get it, I'm doing a forward. I'm angling, flicking my thumb out like that, or my finger up, and not so much out. Whereas a lot of other knives, especially ones with thumb studs, you're flicking, you're doing it more out than you are up. So this one is definitely a more up flick for the Spidey flick. So keep that in mind. If you have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so you do have to kind of like slide it slide it back into the more of the palm, more of the center of your hand, and put more of the back, hold the back end of the knife in order to get your finger in the right position for that flick to work. So, one thing that I did not know about this, even after watching a couple of videos, and obviously nobody said it in any of the Instagram posts, but the pivot head is a T9. No shit, right? That's a T9, and then the rest, everything else, including the clip screws, hardware screws, are all T8s. So T9 and then T8s. This is the first knife that I own in my 200 plus collection that uses a T9. So I thought that was really interesting. I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, everybody loves the whole thing being T8s. I mean, just that's perfect. But if you're gonna have two sizes, go bigger on the pivot screw, right? Um, that's where it makes sense to go bigger. Period. I don't know why people decided to do T6s. I mean, I guess it makes sense for your clip screws, but all your other hardware screws, why not just stay with T8s? I don't know why when people started making pocket folders the way that they make them, um, went with T6s in the first place. Who the hell came up with that idea? Need to be slapped upside the head. Riley, you woke up, bud. Did you have a good nap?
Yeah.
You want to tell people what you got for Christmas from Santa? He got an electric scooter, one of the fast ones, 10 miles per hour, and we're flat down here, so no hill, so zipping around the place like a maniac at 5 years old, and he's going 10 to 12 miles an hour on that thing. It's pretty scary. but he likes to go fast, don't you? Yeah, you love going fast. We watched the new the Puss in Boots movie. Yeah, so we watched that. It's good. It's good. The actor that plays the cat, the Puss in Boots, he's really good. He has a lot of jokes in there, and he's really funny.
Him is a
cat. Hey, Maddie's here. Hey, Manisfaction. What's up, brother? Yeah, it's surprising that everybody's been so on YouTube, despite having to spend time with family, opening gifts, stuffing their faces with food. I've still got probably 2 or 3 pounds of ham and and another pound of turkey, and we got mashed potatoes for freaking a week. So yeah, lots of food. We got some cheesecake to still eat. We've got apple pie. We didn't even cook the pecan pie, which is one of my favorites during this time of the year. So yeah, haven't even touched that. So might have to bring that with us when we make our trip up to Tennessee. I love pies. Cake is good, but I love pies. Pies is definitely my jam. But let's see who else has joined the party besides Maddie, Bama, Mike, Josh. Oh, there's Darnell B85. What's up, brother? Evening. Sorry, I wish I could do a 2-3 hour thing, but like I said, it's 7:15 here. I gotta do my video call with my 2 older kids that I have with the ex-wife, because they're up there until tomorrow. I gotta make that drive tomorrow, pick them up, so I at least get to call them and do a 20-minute phone call, video call using Skype, to see how they did, how they managed. They're never really thrilled to go visit with her, which kind of can't blame them when she's the one who walked away for 7.5 years out of their lives. So yeah, that's a hardship that I wish nobody to have to endure, is getting a divorce and having the other parent be as so big of a deadbeat as they just totally nig on their parental responsibilities and don't participate at all. Not a birthday card, not a Christmas present, nothing for 7.5 years, and then just think that they're entitled all of a sudden to just totally bounce right back into their lives now that they're ready to play mom or dad or whatever the case is. But anyways, let's we're not gonna talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, so my wife's a nurse too, Bama. She worked today. She had the last 2 days off, but she works today and she works tomorrow. She works. My wife works at on St. Simon's Island at one of those very plush, very ritzy senior living facilities. So yeah, nurses. God bless the good ones, right? Um, I don't know how when you get up there in age and you need a nurse or you have to have an emergency surgery and it really pays. It makes all the difference to have a good nurse when you have to be in recovery and you're at a time where your body is just most vulnerable, your weakest point, and you just need the most amount of help. I can't imagine how much of a pure asshole-ish son of a bitch that I'm gonna be when I get old and my stubborn ass is gonna be like, don't touch me, I don't want any medicine. I ain't taking no medicine. I ain't doing this. Leave me alone. I'm just gonna be some really grumpy, grouchy bastard that nobody's gonna want to deal with. I just know it. I just know it. I don't like to go to the doctors or the hospital, period, now, and I'm in my mid-30s, let alone can't even fathom how I'm gonna be in my 70s and 80s and up if I make it that far. If I don't, everything that I've done in life, and again, I think next year, 2023, jump back 10 years. No, in 2023, I'm going to start doing regular lives. I'm going to try doing the plan is to do the second Sunday of the month. It'll probably be mid-morning Eastern time. I'm thinking like 9:30 to 11:30, or something like that, or probably not quite so early for you Western peoples. Yeah, probably 11:30 to or 10 to 12. We'll try 10 to 12. But anyways, an hour and a half to 2 hours. The second Sunday of each month. We'll do second Sunday service with Urban, something like that, unless somebody can come up with a more clever, catchy thing for that. But Bluminati's in here. How you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you too. All right. Yeah, so that's gonna be the goal. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I gotta feed that info to Scott in so that he can plug that into the matrix that he is so graciously good at keeping up with. Bless him for doing that, because we would all suck. I think the rest of us would fail where he stays on top of it like nobody's business. And nobody pays him for it either, right? But yeah, we are so blessed for all the individuals in our community here. I appreciate y'all coming on my live, because I know there's other lives going on right now or real soon. So thank y'all for being here. Much loves. It means a lot to me to not be a loser on YouTube and not have anybody want to communicate with me. So yes, hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. Be safe for the New Year's. Don't light yourselves on fire with fireworks. Have fun, but be safe. And I will catch y'all later. I'm gonna get out of here because I got just a handful of minutes before I get to catch up with my kiddos. So Thank you, Massfaction. Thank you, Mike, Boominati, Darnell, Bama, Mimo. You're the man. All you guys, appreciate it, and I will probably chat with y'all in some other lives later. See ya. I am out of here.